What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Baggers and Bourbon. Of course, I'm your boy Cam, and on today's episode, we're going to be talking about what are the best tuners for your bike. What are the best tuners? What are you guys running? All right, but before we kick this show off, we know that the show is called Baggers and Bourbon, but this weekend while I was on a little shopping trip up in DC, Washington, DC, I swung past a liquor store that they had up there, and I grabbed me a bottle of Mitchell's Sour Mash. I was able to grab one of these. Like I say, these things are always available in other states, but not here in Virginia because it's considered almost an allocated release almost of the Mitchell's. But I grabbed me a bottle of Mitchell's Sour Mash. Also, we smoking us on a good stick. I'm not going to try none of this today. I'll give you guys a good review on another day, but let's go ahead and kick this thing off. What is the best tuner on the market that you guys can run on your bike? I would say a lot of guys point out the Thunder Max tuner, right? A lot of guys say Thunder Maxes are the best tuners that you can get. Reason therefore being, a lot of guys say Thunder Maxes are the best tuner that you can run is because Thunder Max is a auto tune, right? But Thunder Max constantly collects data every time you ride. It makes adjustments to your bike always when you're riding, right? Thunder Max, it adjusts to the weather. It adjusts to the humidity. It adjusts to the different climates that you're in. It adjusts everything with your bike as you are riding that your bike needs when you are riding, right? It just needs to adjust to the climates. Like I say, if you go somewhere where it got high humidity, low humidity, it's going to adjust your different ratios and everything that you got going on inside your computer or whatever, or inside your engine, right? It's just going to adjust. So some people say Thunder Max, but from what I heard from one of my dyno tune guys is he really don't like to use Thunder Max. It's because you can't turn off a lot of those sensors that you can turn off with another tuner, and I'm going to get to that tuner in a second, right? A lot of guys be wanting some of their speed sensors turned off, different things turned off, but as you know, as the world become a little bit more eco-friendly, that the EPA is going to stop allowing people to do certain things. This is why you can't run certain exhaust on your bike, right? This is why when you see online a lot of exhaust or a lot of exhausts that say not for sale in California or not this or not that, right? Because it's certain things that you can and you can't run just based off code by the EPA, right? So a lot of guys don't lean to Thunder Max. The next tuner would be, which I'm currently running it on my bike, is just a fan favorite preference. A lot of Harley dealerships prefer to run it. A lot of dyno tune guys and a lot of bike shops prefer to run it. And it is the Power Vision by DynoJet, right? With that Power Vision, man, depending on who you get these tuners from, either it's a Thunder Max or a Power Vision. Power Visions, you can have them things already preloaded with a base map on it, right? So you can go through FuelMoto to get both of them. And but when you get that Power Vision, they're going to ask you what type of modifications you have on your bike. Let's say you did a 132 kit from FuelMoto. You did a 132 build. You put a Woods 408X cam in your bike. You put a Jackpots RTX full length 2-in-1 exhaust in your bike. You got an aim pressure plate on your bike for your clutch. You got a Trask Assault big breather on your bike. You know, these are things that are going to make key adjustments to your engine, right? And let's say you went and did head work. So you're going to list all of these things in your box when you're buying that tuner, right? What FuelMoto is going to do is they're going to create you a base map based on, they're going to load everything onto that tuner so that you can load it on. And both of these tuners are DIY, like you can do it yourself. But the Power Vision is really plug and play. You can load it up there and do what you really need to do until you can go down and get you an actual dyno tune, right? But with that Power Vision, you can literally turn off some of your speed sensors. You can open your bike up to do a little bit more things that you normally can't do with another tuner. All right, so you can either buy the actual module, the Power Vision module, or you can just go down to the dealership and pay for the licensing. So which means they'll send a tune over, they can plug their module up to your bike, load it up there, and then you go from there, right? And then when you go back, they can reopen up your license again and make certain adjustments, or you can just, like I say, you got the module, you can just do what you really need to do to your bike. That's it, right? Don't let me encourage you guys, whatever you want to run. A lot of guys are running Thermomax. A lot of guys are running Power Visions. A lot of guys are running Power Visions, and a lot of people like to work with Power Vision. They're just a little bit more easier to work with, and you can do a lot more things to your bike with a Power Vision, all right? Also, you have TTS tuners, right? I really don't know a lot about TTS tuners. I know we have a dealership up here who favors TTS tuners. I really don't know too much, but if your dealer is whatever you're close to and whatever you're near to and whatever those guys pretty much tune with, then you can go with that, right? I know one dealer said, well, hey, I only tune TTS. I'll charge you an extra $300 if I got to tune your bike with a Power Vision, right? Because this is what they may be most comfortable with tuning is a TTS, right? But I know a lot of guys that's building these bikes and got race engines in them and stuff like that. They're all running Power Visions, right? They're all using Power Visions, you know, so that's something, that's your preference, right? That is really your preference. But now on the flip side is you can run whatever type of tuner you want to run. But what really matters is your dyno guy, your tune guy. Do you have a guy who can tune the hell out of a bike, right? Sometimes you have your bike, sometimes your dyno tune guy may not be good. He may have your bike running really lean. He may have your bike running really fat, right? So he may have to make adjustments. Now, I got a dyno tune guy. I got a guy. His name is Tony, right? Young guy. He runs Redline Dyno Tune LLC. You can look him up on Facebook. His link should be right here of his page. He runs Redline Dyno LLC. He's out of Moyock, North Carolina. He rides a Road Glide ST. And mind you, that bike, I believe, is a 117. And me and him, we talked on the phone for about an hour the other day. Had great conversation, great guy, right? Great young guy. And it's a mobile dyno that he runs. So he can pull up on you or you pull up on him. He's always traveling around between Moyock, North Carolina and the Hampton Roads area, the 7 cities, right? But this guy, I don't normally say this about everybody, but he fucking cooking with gas, right? So just give you an example. And he don't have no major engine work done in his bike. But he has a 30-30 cam on a 117, right? Just a 30-30 cam on a 117. That's just a Star Racing bulk 10 cam, right? And y'all know I'm a big fan of Star Racing and Cycloramas, right? But that 30-30 is going to give you horsepower all throughout. All throughout while you're riding, right? We had a conversation and this cat say, my 117 is pulling bigger numbers with someone with a 128 build. You hear what I'm saying? My 117 is pulling bigger numbers than someone with a 128 build. So think about it. All he did was drop in a ball 10 cam on a 117. And this motherfucker pulling about a 137. That's a lot. Now, I want this to make sense, right? If you're going to get in this, please make sure that you have a hell of a dyno guy. If you're on the East Coast and you're traveling and you want to get your fucking bike dynoed, and we stumbled upon this guy off sheer luck, right? And I got to looking at his numbers, man, and his shit is smoking, right? And you know, we used to travel down there to Georgia or whatever to go get tuned, but like I said, you got a guy closer here, right? You got tuners, but everybody ain't good. Everybody can't give you that that you're looking for, right? And we all know this in the racing world, in the bike world. You know, we all know this, right? That is the most important thing, is your dyno tune guy. He's dyno. So if you're on the East Coast or wherever you're traveling to, man, his information is right here. Feel free to contact him. He's a very cool guy. He'll give you some pointers on what you need and what he think your setup and what he think the power that he gets you can easily make. A lot of people keep thinking that I need to run a big motor to make this power. A lot of guys are jumping out here spending $7,000, $8,000 on that new 135 engine, right? And you're not doing no extra. So what is the point of running that when literally you can upgrade your fucking bike for about $2,500, one fourth of what you're going to pay for a 135 engine. And you can probably be running the same thing or more than spending all of that money for $6,000 cheaper that you would spend on that 135. Like I said, I had a couple guys reach out to me on Instagram and shoot me emails. Hey, look, I can give you guys a little bit of information on what, advice I got for you. But if you're going to be out here and you just looking for that big horsepower and torque gain, man, just holler at me. And you ain't got to spend a lot of money. Excuse me. This is why I made that video, building a bike on a budget. Because it all depends on your preference and what you want. Right? It's preference. You let me know what you want, and I can give you some advice on what I think that you can do to your bike. It ain't going to be cheap, but it's going to be cheap enough to get you back, right? I can say this. On the down end, you can probably get a pipe for about $1,200, $1,300. That's a 2-in-1 full length. You can put your nice breather on your bike. That's about $500, give or take what type of breather you put on. A ball 10 cam probably gonna run you about $370 if you getting $369, $370 if you're using a star cam, right? Literally, a breather, a cam, and exhaust, $2,500, $23, and $400 to $500 for a dyno tune. There you go. You're right at $2,500, $2,600. And you ain't even got to go and spend that money for a stage 3 or stage 4. And at that point, literally, this bike is probably pulling, now I'm not going to say this bike, but your bike will probably be pulling stage 3 numbers. Just talk to me, all right? I'm not an expert, but I can give you free game on some stuff, right? I can give you free game. That way you know where you're spending your money at and you're spending your money in the right place. Now, if you have a M8 motor, a M8, and you on the East Coast or you're nearby me, hey, shit. Bring your bike around here to the house. I don't dyno tune, but I got a guy that can dyno tune. But I can get your M8 motor right, whether you got a 107, 114, 117, or whatever. As long as it's an M8, I can get you right, all right? So I'm I'm taught, but I can get you right on your M8, and I can have you, I can have you moving. Whether you want a stage 2, a stage 3, or a stage 4, I got you. Just let me know. Shoot me an email or Instagram or whatever, and we can go from there. I can give you a quote and tell you what I can do for you. And then I can set it up to where, you know, you can take your stuff straight to my dyno guy, or I can set it to where he can either pull up somewhere nearby and make some money and go ahead and tune your bike, so that way when you're going back home, everything is fully done for you, all right? But please remember, this is the channel where the rubber meets the road, and always, we know that the bourbon is essential for the soul. Thank you guys for your support, and for all the new subscribers to the channel. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure that you click that notification bell at the top so that you get notified every time I upload a video. And until next time,